mid-March, it's a Monday morning and it's early. It's been one of the coldest winters on record, and lakes all over Europe have, it's fair to say, struggled this winter. But Free Spirit don't do things by halves. They wanted to make a film about fishing a challenge in water. Well, this is the perfect venue. Carp fishing may well be fun, but no one ever said it was easy. Not even for anglers who think of little else. This is the Three Eels fishery in central France, a 60-acre lake that can, at best, be described as challenging. For the next 5 days, 12 anglers have to figure out how to tame this place and catch enough fish to make a film worthy of its title.
Yeah, middle hour means up very quick actually,
The angler that catches the biggest gets to take home this stunning trophy. Like I said, no one ever said carp fishing was easy, and these guys have laid their reputations on the line. This is the spirit of carp fishing, Big Fish Challenge.
Three Eels is a very interesting challenge. We did a DVD probably about 5 years ago now, which was entitled Summer Haze, and that was a pretty prolific water, I'd say. Obviously it helped with it being the middle of the summer. With Three Eels, it represents a totally different challenge. Obviously, time of year, we're just coming out of a very hard winter, and that's never going to be easy. It's been one of the hardest winters in, 15 years or so. A lot of the lakes in this area were frozen, and even in the UK, obviously. So the challenge of fishing cold water carping, which is what we're talking about, there's a lot of places where the fish can hole up as they do in the winter, and they're very localised. And you have to be very adaptable to find those fish in the first instance.
I had a look in there this morning. Going 24.
Yeah.
What bait? You got a shot put bait. What's the bait? What's the best bait, mate? I only need one.
It's always challenging this time of year. The water is cold. It's just beginning to warm up. They're just beginning to move around. And the nature of the fishing here as well, it makes it a very interesting lake as well. So,
after walking right round the lake, some people a few times, the all-important draw was due to be made.
If it comes to that, we might as well, this lot really.
At the moment, yeah, the wind's coming down.
Later in the week, it's going to be sort of, it's cold, really cold wind now, so it's going to be sort of, I think...
If you're fishing today, I think back of the...
Yeah, I think this sort
back of the wind.
welcome to Three Eels. The nature of the competition will be based on biggest fish. So it's not numbers of fish caught, it's solely on the biggest fish. We have a little token to indicate who is actually leading competition, which is a very visible token to all. We have a big fish hat. So whoever's leading the competition gets to wear the big fish hat, so everybody knows who's in front.
That's the last time you'll wear it.
Let's see. Right, so you've all had a chance to have a look round. I'm sure you're all keen to get out there and fish. So without further ado, we'll do the draw.
Okay.
I'll ask Veronique to come up and place the papers in the hat.
They've not all got the same number on, have they, Patrice? All sixes. Is it a 6 or a 9?
Yeah, it's the same anyway, it doesn't matter, it's still the same.
Not one shoulder. Try again. That's right.
Three. Mark or Miles?
Got to be better drawing than me.
Yeah, cool.
Fingers are too cold. Number two.
Number two.
Oh, what you want, right? That's what you to be number one.
Gary and Lee. Number 5.
Oh,
I can see what's going to happen here.
there's 2 left in there.
Inquiry coming up. Stewards? Was this fair one, or is someone not picked? No, but...
I thought I'd better pick last.
1 and 4, you're picking.
Well, that means I can blame it on you if you pick the wrong one.
What about that one? Saying you're lucky, come on.
I think number 1 very
Normally is lucky,
up
actually.
front, so...
No, number 1's only just gone in now, though.
Is it not the best of 3?
A V.
That, I think is number 1.
Come on!
I think that probably leaves us number 4. Yeah.
Now what?
And there we have it, number 4.
So many good options on there, isn't there? Water-wise. Well, if you reckon that's your first one.
Number 3. Yep.
Pete and Joe decided to drop into swim 3 in the southeastern corner of the lake, one that controlled a lot of water. Mark and Miles, second out of the draw, chose swim 18, fairly central opposite a large island, and Rob and Lee were next door in swim 19, opposite another island. Simon and Patrice chose 15 in the far northern corner, whilst Lee and Gary took swim 12 on the point. Last out of the hat were Paul and George, who dropped into swim 8, the closest swim to the large island. The sheer amount of water that makes up the Three Eels complex dictates that boats are an absolute necessity to either find spots, place baits, or indeed land fish if they get weeded up.
So like we've been dig out for sand. It's been finished to be digged 30 years ago. Actually, the lake himself is only like this, like it is today, until about 8 years. Because before, all 6 lakes which are here in the surrounding were all attached together, connected together. Yeah, it was one lake actually. The fish stock came from the first 20 years ago, from the first stocking from this man who owned it first 20 years ago, who did some fishing. There's not a lot of left. I think it's about 250, 300 fish left from this stocking, but mainly big ones. Personally, I stocked about 800 fish. Carps. The size when I put them in was between high 20s and just 40s, all around, yeah, weights.
Dead on midday Monday, the match began and anglers were free to cast out.
I can hear him on the far bank.
Nip out in the boat now, it's baiting, I think.
That's the last one I can mark from here.
We reckon it was about 50 yards.
Starfish everywhere where I spoke.
So the match got underway, and to be fair, most pairs expected little action, considering the disturbance and disruption they'd caused to the swim, by marking, spotting, and going out in the boat. But at least they were fishing now, and all were looking forward to the challenge of 3 eels. As the sun started to set at the end of the first day, an early night was on the cards for most, fatigued by the journey and the amount of work they'd put in up to this point. First fish of the trip, though, went to Joe Morgan, but would it really qualify him to wear the big fish hat?
I'll be so surprised if a carp pops up here. Yeah. A baby 10.
Hey, he's in.
That was even the bite was tinchy, wasn't it?
Nice one.
Right, getting right. Imagine catching them all night.
Beautiful though 3 eels is, nobody was under any illusion as to how difficult the task ahead was. With the added pressure of the cameras, everyone was feeling slightly apprehensive as the sun went down on the first night.